Hello, it's Buckaroo from editing. I'm gonna talk quickly so my microphone doesn't cut out randomly. So timely, very timely, we filmed this episode of the podcast right before 2.0 happened, and so a lot of the podcast ended up being us talking about like predicting the 2.0 update, and so I decided to cut that all out because I'm lazy and didn't edit the podcast in time. So I'm cutting that all out, so it's just the not up predictions stuff. All right, bye. All right, everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the Offscreen Thwomp podcast.
That was terrible.
I am here joined with the one and only Pateo Toau-chan, and we have a special guest this episode. Who could it be?
Not me.
That's right, everybody. It's BearWare. Good job, guys. You guys got it
Yay!
right. Yay! All right. So yes,
Thank
this
you,
is
everyone.
this
Thank
is
you.
episode 2. We got, I guess we got some positive responses on the first one, so
I'd say.
we're making a second one,
And
and we
hopefully a
get
lot
we
more
have
after that.
BearWare. We have BearWare to help us not talk as much.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very quiet for half of this.
Don't worry. We're gonna put you on the spot like so many times.
I'm excited.
You should be. All right.
Okay, gonna start off with one of the
So,
first questions then?
I guess so.
well,
Sure.
all right.
Okay, let's see. I have 4 to pick from. How about this one? When starting a new troll level, what is the first thing I should be doing? Building trolls, finding a good aesthetic, building the level and trolls simultaneously? How should I go about starting on a clean slate?
Personally, for me, it varies a lot. For things like Castle Above, I just started with the two like giant Thwomp hallways, and those were my base, and I just built around them.
I
For
actually
other
don't know
ones,
what that
I've
level
started
is.
with yeah. For other ones, I've started with an actual like visual theme or pun that I want to work with, and usually they don't work out.
Yeah, I feel like I've
So I
definitely
guess
started trying to build levels with a theme, and it just kind of doesn't work out. It's very hard to
yeah,
build themed troll levels.
I
I think it
just
is better to start with trolls first.
The
Yeah.
last BearWare level I played was your Goomba level, and that one was very themed because you took one enemy, the
Yeah,
Goomba and the Goombrat, and you took those and you really did a lot of really cool stuff with them. So
yeah. That one I had like a lot of time to like mess around with stuff, and I kind of felt like people always neglect Goombas and they just use them like as a thing that can kill you, but no one's ever actually like really explored the tech for them for trolling. So I kind of figured it would be a good opportunity to like see what they can do.
It
yeah,
is true. You just
going
like if...
back going back
Oh, sorry.
going back to the question, when it's finding a good aesthetic, at least when starting a new one, don't worry about aesthetic to start. Aesthetic normally comes at the end when you're
Yeah,
unless the aesthetic is part of the troll.
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually
Normally,
disagree
just
with it comes at the end because I feel like it comes in the middle. You usually run into a specific troll you want where you want a certain aesthetic, so you build the entire level around that aesthetic so it doesn't seem suspicious.
Well, yeah, well, no,
yeah,
that's
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 true.
that's
That's
like what I
true.
said. If the aesthetic is part of the troll, then yes. But like, if we're just talking about like, I'm gonna add some random like hard blocks in to make it look nice.
Mm-hmm.
That normally comes at the end.
Yeah,
At least that's just for me.
Yeah, the one thing I do is if at least if you notice my levels, they're like they're never like there's not that much aesthetic at all in them, just because I find it can actually be distracting from the actual trolls. And like when I'm trying to control kind of what the player's looking at and what they're paying attention to, just like aesthetic stuff can be very distracting from it.
yeah. You really have to be careful not to overdo it. Like in a lot of mine, I try to keep it simple, but I kind of really overdid it in Castle of Up 2, and that was like a disaster because people would get to the room after checkpoint 2 and they're like, what on earth am I looking at? There's so much.
Yeah, there's definitely like especially newer troll levels. I open it up and especially in the beginning, you're just looking at it like, what is all of this? Like it's just random enemy spam everywhere, or just like even just it just looks cluttered. Like a lot of neutral levels you find just look cluttered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
aesthetic is at least going back to aesthetic. It's the least of your worries in a troll level, really.
Definitely, yeah. Like you can
You're
look
gonna
at
want
mine and they're like very simplistic, like no like aesthetic really at all, and people seem to love them. So like clearly, yeah, it's not one of your biggest priorities when you're building a level.
But yeah, let's see. Did we get every part of the question?
I think so. Finding
Yeah, I
Feeling
yeah,
think
good.
yeah,
so.
yeah, that was it. Okay,
A
so
lot of a lot of the trying to build trolls. A lot of that we talked about in the first podcast episode. So
yeah, okay, so let me move on to another one from Bedcliff. Oh yeah, the last one was from Bunnelby but freezing his arse.
nice. All right.
Okay, so
All right. What does Bedcliff have to say?
how many trolls excuse me, let me try that again. How many troll levels have you made before they actually started becoming good? Buck, you want to start this one off?
When
3.
have they ever been good?
Okay, but seriously.
Okay, my first troll level in Mario Maker 1, I haven't let anybody play because it's very bad. Don't play it. So I
Never.
would say it took me about 2 or 3 in order to get them to be as good. Because a lot of time, like when I made my first one, uh, troll levels really hadn't reached, peak troll potential, I guess. They were different in Mario Maker 1.
I wasn't really a part of that
So
old like original Mario Maker 1 meta, as were you. I think had a bit more experience with that for sure.
I don't know if I don't know if I would have experience, but I don't know.
But you were at least like in the community. Like when I joined the community was literally when I posted my first troll level that Carl played. Like I before that I hadn't been a part of the community at all. I hadn't seen what anyone else was making or anything like that.
I mean, I got very lucky to be accepted into the troll community because my levels are borderline good at best.
They're great. Shut up.
Well, no, I just I don't know. I guess I judge my troll level like like goodness based on if Carl's played it, which really should not be the baseline, but I don't know.
You gotta be more
They
proactive and
weren't.
ask him to play your levels. Wait, don't take
My
that advice.
yeah. I don't like to bother him. But yeah, I mean, you know, uh, I I've gotten like 2 of my troll levels played by him, and I call that a win. So even if you like even if my levels were good, I mean they were seen by not as many people. So
uh,
what about you, BearWare?
I've already forgotten the original question.
how many troll
How
levels
many
have you
troll
made before they
levels?
actually started
Yeah.
becoming good?
Um, like 3 or 4. I think my first one I would consider good would be Castle of Bup, and that was, I think it was my 4th one, but then I had to re-upload it so it looks like my 5th.
Start. Oh, sorry. Did you start? Oh, crap. I'm bad at like conversation. Crap. You finish your thought.
uh, okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I don't think I would really count my first one because at that point I was not taking myself seriously. I was just like, hey, there's a whole bunch of new stuff. I can do things with it, and then I kind of made a sack of garbage. It was like really light level, and then I decided, haha, it's gonna be funny if I hide the axe behind a note block underneath a saw. That'll be great. And then even better is that I decided that if people miss that, they enter a door, and oh hey, it's CP0. So
Wait,
yeah,
it's
I
just a
don't I
straight up
don't think
soft
I count
block?
that.
Is it like a straight up
It
soft
was
block if you missed the goal?
no, it was just like it went back to CP0, and there were like some actual like execution heavy bits too. So that was like
CP0?
really over punishing. I really cannot consider that one to be something I put effort into.
No, what's
So
CP0?
BearWare. Oh,
What's
wait,
CP0?
what?
What's CP0?
CP0 is if you have a
What is that?
checkpoint right at the beginning.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Dude,
heard that term before. I have not heard that term
you've
before.
never heard the term CP0,
No,
really?
that's like in Hack a speedrun level. Okay, yeah, I know what that is. Okay,
Alright,
okay.
anyways,
My
but
bad.
BearWare, when did you start? Like, did you start troll level making in Mario Maker 2, or did you do anything in Mario Maker 1?
Uh, I didn't build troll levels in Mario Maker 1. I actually put in an attempt to make an actual series of like regular platforming levels, like the kind
Casual.
of things you'd look at and be like, "Huh, Nintendo could have made that."
Oh,
And
okay.
then I got like a level and a half into it, and I just lost all motivation. But then when Mario Maker 2 came around, I looked at all like the new elements and trailers and stuff, and I was like, I just really want to be an asshole. And so I did.
Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, isn't the Discord just a group of assholes, really?
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Like
pretty
it's
much.
all yeah. Okay, no, my turn.
So you started making out like traditional levels, and
Uh-huh.
then you slowly transitioned into troll.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now I I'm pretty. Didn't you used to make like Uno Mas levels as well?
I made a few. I tend to always discover at least like one really stupid thing when I'm making a level, and more often than not, I don't make an Uno Mas out of it. But occasionally I do, and then it doesn't turn out to be that great.
Oh, okay.
It's never anything groundbreaking either. It's just like something small.
Interesting. All right. Do we have any more questions?
Can I have my turn now? Okay, yeah, so for how many troll levels I made like, what was it? First, I think I saw like Ice's levels, and I was like, oh, you know what? I can make that. And it ended up being like a really garbage, just like, sort of a carbon copy, but worse of one of his levels. Pretty much, and I sent it to DGR, and like,
Wait, which one was that? Oh, wait. Oh, I think I know which one you're talking
no, no,
about.
no, it's not that one. It's not the one for the
Right.
video I made.
Oh.
No, it was like the first Mario Maker level I'd ever made actually. Yeah, because I made like when I first got the game, I made like a few kind of casual levels that were also really bad, and then just never touched it again.
Hmm.
And then yeah, like this would have been like 2 years later because I got the game on release, but then barely ever played it. So yeah, quite a bit later, I ended up like I was inspired by Ice's levels to try making some troll levels of my own. So I made a really bad one. I sent it to DGR on one of his like viewer level live streams, and he ended up like it got pulled up in the queue, and he tried it and was like, "Wow, this is actually good." He was encouraging my terrible level design,
Wow.
and I was
So
like, "Oh
so
yeah,
wait. So did you discover DGR before Carl?
yeah, I did."
Wow.
Well, no, not
Wow.
technically, no, because I saw Ice's videos from Carl's videos, but like
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, I talked with DJ and had him play my levels before Carl. Like I kind of got in his community first. If
Hmm.
that's what you mean. Um, but yeah, it was actually one of my friends who like first showed me Carl's videos. If he hadn't, I probably never would have gotten into troll level making, and that's so funny.
Oh,
Yeah. Anyways, I
wow.
was kind
Honestly, I
were you gonna?
I thought I cut you off. I
You
wasn't
did cut
very.
me
I
off.
didn't want to
Okay,
say anything.
I'm gonna continue then.
Continue. Okay, for the rest of the podcast, is clearly I'm very good at cutting people off. Just keep talking. Just drown me out. All right.
Got it, got it. Okay. Wait, I lost my trail of thought. Right. So, I ended up making a second level for DGR that I sent him that he played for that video. I think that's the one you were thinking of, the like Sorry Dave level.
Mhm.
It had a actually really cool ending troll, but because the rest of the level was terrible, I never sent it to Carl, and I was really upset because I really wanted to get him to see that ending troll, but I could never really find a way to fit it into a level. Basically, what it was I took a thing of track, like just a little square made out of the track, yeah, just the track elements, and I put a mushroom in it, and you came out of the pipe, but the pipe was blocked, so you could see it, and like because the screen's frozen when you come out of a pipe and then get forced to go back in when the pipe is blocked, it looks like the goal because like it looks like it's just the goal, but it's frozen on the mushroom image, right?
Oh.
So it made you think you were right at the goal, and then when you like hit the P switch to unblock the pipe, then you could go through, and you're like, yeah, finally, it's the end, and then it would be revealed to be just like a mushroom with tracks around it.
Yeah, I remember being like, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, that was the first troll I was actually proud of. Before that, I was the rest of the level was like meh. Yeah, so then I think that one, I would say that level was mediocre. Then the next one I made, my third one was, oh no, actually, I made a one in between that I ended up deleting and like reworking significantly to become like the one I made after it, which would have been my fourth one, but technically I don't know, technically my fourth one, but I consider it my third one. And that was Potato Chan's great level design, the level I made for Carl that he played.
Mhm.
That was actually the first live stream I ever caught with Carl. Like before that, I didn't even like know he live streamed on Twitch. I just caught his YouTube highlights. He was like I think he was like the only streamer I watched on Twitch at the time. I didn't even have a Twitch account. I had to make it specifically for that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was naming it, I wanted to put my name in, but the title specifically so he'd remember my name. That was the idea, and it worked.
Yeah, that honestly was a very good idea.
It was Giga Brain.
Dude, you know what? I should have taken that advice. That would have been a good idea.
Okay, I think we can move on to another question now. So let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Did you want to talk about the new items yet?
I do. I want to talk about Update 2.0. I've
Okay. I
been
guess we're doing
holding it
that
in
now.
this whole time.
Hi, it's Buckaroo from editing again. Uh, Real quick, here's a small clip from the predictions that I felt would be really, really sad if it didn't get put in the podcast. So here that is now. Oh, and by the way, we're talking about pokies. Just wanted to make that clear.
All right. We gotta also talk about their night themes. They're just wigglers.
I really hope that in the night theme, you would be able to like put them in a pipe, and then they would stick out like those inflatable like dudes outside of car dealerships that are just like waving all over the place. I know it
That'd
would
be
You want
hilarious.
them to
but
just like
imagine.
wave around.
Yeah, just imagine like you walk up to a pipe, then they just go like like all over the place.
I really hope they make that exact sound effect.
Yes. Can we
Yeah,
get
that
BearWare
is-
as the
that's a
Pokey
good
voice
idea. I
actor?
hope that. Did we get to all the questions?
I think we had one more. Did you want to answer? I was gonna think about ending this soon. Let me see. Where was it? Right. This one is a pretty quick one. It's just, when should you be a benevolent level creator and when should you be a bad person?
Always be a bad person.
Don't listen to Buck.
Don't be good. My favorite quote, at least one of them, is evil will always triumph over good because good is stupid.
What is
So,
that
yeah.
from?
I like that one.
Oh, actually,
I
no. I
like
think it's from Spaceballs. So a very good movie.
I agree, but maybe we shouldn't quite be taking life advice from it. I don't know. I feels like you kind of just have to know. Like, I don't really have like a rule for like, oh, you know what? In this case, be good. In this case, be cruel and a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a hard
I feel
decision.
like
It's kind of hard to sum up. What were you gonna say?
I think it mostly depends on how much you want to get banned and how much you want them to have fun.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, I feel like in the Carl Money collab, we definitely scaled up the bad person level.
Well, yeah, duh.
There was like
Alright.
another level I have
Well,
too.
I
There's
think-
I don't remember what I called it. Oh yeah, it was like a level for Dr. C. It was like, oh man, I forget what it was called. Oh yeah, it was called What's Up Doc. That's what it was. And I sent
thought
it
that
to
was made by Dr. C. Yeah.
No, that was made by me. That was a level I made for Carl. It was meant to be terrible. Like, it was designed to be terrible. Sorry, it was made for Dr. C, right? Because we were having a little like sort of like the Carl versus Pooh contest. Me and Doc had that for a bit.
Mhm.
We had like 4 levels in that series. So that was the first level I made to start off the competition with him, and it was meant to be terrible. And like, yeah, you can definitely see it when you're looking through. You can definitely see the level of like bad person compared to my usual like benevolent level creator method. I'm still laughing that Carl
Yeah,
played it and like thought it was actually decent.
Yeah, I would say it depends on the goal of your troll level. If you're just making one for fun, then I would say, have a little bit of niceness in you. But I mean, if this is for your friend, go full out mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go full out mean.
It depends on how much you care about the relationship between that person and
I think any relationship, if you're making a troll level for them, you've already that's already shown a good amount of friendship. So I think it is perfectly acceptable to just give them Kaizo blocks galore.
Fair enough. BearWare, any comments?
Honestly, I don't know. I kind of find it hard to find like that happy medium of I'm not too much of a dick and I'm not being too nice. Like, I feel like my levels recently have been like really far to one side or the other.
Yeah. I feel
And
like
it really
the other thing is
shows.
it kind of depends on the person playing the level, how much they feel that, right? Like, some people prefer like levels that are really mean and stuff. Other people complain when there's like anything kind of unfair like that. So it just sort of depends. Yeah, I think that's everything. I don't think there's any more to go into for that question.
All right. Well, thank you, BearWare, for joining our podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
What did you think?
I think what I've learned is that I am great at trying to speak at the absolute worst time. Because I'll be anxious and I'll wait like 2 seconds too long, and then I'll start speaking right as someone else is trying to speak.
Wait, no, I thought I learned that. Wait, crap. Dang it. Oh.
Like,
All
I feel
right,
like I give you guys like 2 seconds to like if anyone else wants to interject, and then I'm like, okay, now I'll go, and then that's when we all try to jump in at once.
Well, yeah, because like I'm so bad at judging when someone ends a sentence. Like,
Yeah.
See, maybe this podcast is gonna help us all.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Well, yes. thank you again for joining. Do you want to plug anything? Because we can do that, I guess.
I
Play
saw
my
you were
level
streaming on
streamer.
Twitch recently, right?
Play my
Yeah, I've been streaming on Twitch a bit. Not too often, but I'm trying to like play troll levels,
Alright.
playtest, and final ones both.
Anybody that follows Potato, follow BearWare.
I haven't streamed in like 2 months, like 3. No, I've streamed it. It's been way longer than that. I haven't streamed in like 4 months.
I don't think you've streamed since I started following you on Twitch. So it's been longer than that.
I think
Now
that's
you
You
right.
guys have been like half a year at this point.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, Potato, his stream schedule is once a year. Alright,
Yeah, I think that's good. Buck, you want to handle the outro?
sure, I'm gonna handle the outro real quick. 1 second, I gotta unplug my headphones for this.
What are you doing?
Shit, I gotta pull up the video again.
Oh no.
Is that a curse word,
Dude,
Buck?
okay, stall for me real quick. Give me like a 5-second stall.
And 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright, okay, I guess this is it. Alright, thank you for watching. Yeah, bye.
I can barely even hear that. I can barely even
What?
hear that in the background.
Wait, can you hear it?
You barely.
Oh, shoot.